Friday noon-ish here on Jones and Keefe. We were breaking down our fantasy draft.
Yeah, we were.
I like talking our fantasy teams. I know not everybody else does. So we got a little lost in the sauce there.
Sure did. It happens.
If you missed any of it, or if you want to go see our full draft last night, it's on YouTube. You can check it out. We'll go back into your phone call, 617-779-7937. A reminder, we have another pair of tickets to give away for the 04 Red Sox cruise with Kevin Millar and then Johnny Gomes and Clay Buchholz, neither of whom, as Keith pointed out, were on the 04 Red Sox.
Well, no, they weren't.
Don't think too hard about it.
No. I just wanted to make sure people weren't like, wait a minute, that can't be. I was just clarifying. They weren't. But you can imagine if they were.
You could imagine if they were.
Yeah.
It would have won even more in that postseason. So stay tuned for that. We'll do it coming up about 45 minutes from now here on Jones and Keefe. It's Patriots Friday. We talked to Milton Williams earlier today, Patriots defensive lineman. They could have added another D lineman, edge rusher, if you will, in Micah Parsons. He's a Green Bay Packer. He went for 2 first-round picks and a roster player, Kenny Clark, plus a giant new contract. We both believe the Patriots should have been in, Keith. Why do you think they weren't?
I think probably the huge contract that Parsons got. I do think the 2 first-round picks is a factor in it, right? Like, I think push comes to shove, I would have done it for Parsons. I would have done it more so for, like, CeeDee Lamb had he been available. That's more of a position of need. But Micah Parsons is 26. So this isn't like, hey, would you trade a first-round pick for Trey Hendrickson? And then you could argue, well, maybe not right now based on where the team is. And then, like, would you be better off with what could still be a top 12 pick next year, depending on how things go this year, blah, blah, blah. But Micah Parsons, I mean, he's one of the 10 best football players in the league right now. And probably will be for the next 5. Right. This isn't like
arguably the best defensive player in the league.
Right.
Probably him or Garrett.
Yeah.
And a top 10 player in the league, young and productive, like wildly productive.
So I definitely would have done it. I think it is for them probably that price tag. Like, when are they going to give that kind of money out? They haven't really done it. And but also the Jerry Jones, I don't want to keep it to Patriots, but the Jerry Jones defense, it would almost be like if the Patriots next year traded away Christian Gonzalez, and then we're like, yeah, but we could get 3 really good players. Like, yeah, but you have one right now.
I mean, we've heard that kind of logic from Kraft before.
Yeah.
This, I feel like, was much worse. Jerry Jones was talking up future picks, even though he claims he wants to win a Super Bowl right now, and he'll do anything to win a Super Bowl right now. Now he's talking about 3, 4, 5 years down the line. Although I guess in fairness to him, he didn't rule out using those picks right now to improve his team. He did say that.
How about Dallas, too, in the last 6 months trading Luka Doncic and Micah Parsons?
So I didn't even make that connection until I saw all the memes last night of the two of them, like, jersey sharing.
It was like tough go for Dallas fans.
I hadn't thought about that.
That's a tough run. Like, 2 guys that you might consider untradeable. Right? Like, if you consider anybody untradeable, those 2 guys would be close to that.
We did our untradeable list earlier. You did have Luka on
I had Luka on mine.
I don't think you had Parsons on it. But
no, I didn't.
But he'd be close.
Yeah, he's close. He's definitely close. Now, on the flip side of it, the Cowboys have had him now for 4 years. They haven't sniffed the Super Bowl. It's not like you're tearing apart a team that is like this unbeatable wagon. And as much as we pile on Jerry Jones, like being a GM or what a clown show, well, he did draft Parsons. He did draft Lamb. He did draft Dak Prescott. He did draft Zeke. Like, he's actually had some good drafts. Now, if you want to say, well, he just wants to be a celebrity and he cares more about being on TV and being talked about than he does actually winning, I would agree with you on that. But he has had some good picks along the way.
I'll say this about Jerry Jones. Between the weird Michael comments last night, he kept calling him Michael Parsons and even Michael Parson, singular.
Michael Parsons. So, sorry, you traded Micah Parsons. Maybe it'd be easier for you to trade Michael Parson.
And maybe he was doing it on purpose. Florio made the point. He's like, he's never called him Michael before.
Weird.
He's always called him Micah. This felt intentional and a slight. And I guess Jerry Jones pretended he didn't know who the agent was, too.
Nice.
Who I wasn't familiar with, but you heard Rap Sheet. You'll hear it coming up. Mention his name like 15 billion times. Because Schefter and Rap Sheet suck up to all these agents. So he was like pretending he didn't know who the agent was, and he was maybe purposefully mispronouncing Micah Parsons' name.
Weird.
This is the kind of trade that could get Jerry Jones to fade into the background in Dallas. And maybe Steven is more front and center. And I can't help but sort of put the magnifying glass on New England from that standpoint and go, I don't know if we're that far away from a similar thing with Robert Kraft and Jonathan Kraft, where Jonathan seizes more day-to-day, Robert fades more into the background. there's no signature move like this, although I guess you could rewind it to Brady if you wanted to. But he had cover there with Bill still here and everything else. This is one where if it blows up in their face, Keefe, Parsons wins the Super Bowl with Green Bay. The picks are duds.
Oh, he's the favorite right now to be the defensive player of the year. They play each other week 4. So what if that thing goes crazy?
A lot of people say, and it's up to Jerry Jones. I mean, he's the owner of the team. It's his team. He can do what he wants. But maybe Steven gets his ear a little bit and says, hey, like this is really blowing up in our face. Maybe he fades into the background a little bit between the mispronunciation and the trashing of the high-profile agent and all this. It's bad for business, potentially.
But they're still the most valuable franchise in American sports.
Well, this is true. If you want to make a business argument, that's a good point. They are the most valuable franchise.
They haven't been to the NFC Championship game in 30 years, and yet it just seems like he's the one in charge. But what's different about this one, too, is it's not just the fans that are going to be pissed in the meantime. Like, the players are all pissed. You see a bunch of these guys, like, tweeting stuff out. Like, the players are mad.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb was one.
Diggs' brother was another one.
Oh, yeah.
So like they're definitely annoyed with how things could go, and we'll see. I mean, last year they were 7-10, and this year you're hoping for a healthy Dak Prescott, and maybe they're going to be a little bit better than that. But they're still in the division with the Eagles and the Commanders.
I don't get. We've gotten a lot of these. It was early in the Twitch chat. I'm seeing it now on the text line, so I'll just reference this. But I've seen this a lot today. What does guaranteeing Parsons $135 million get you? Nothing.
Well, what is paying anybody anything?
Well, I mean,
are we going down that road?
If your argument is you'd rather pay a quarterback, then that I get.
But hopefully the Patriots have their quarterback. And if the best defensive player in the league arguably is available, you should be in on that.
Yeah, so it's a big contract. It's legitimate quarterback money for Micah Parsons.
I don't really get anybody caring about the money that much.
Me either.
I really don't.
Do you want a good player or do you not?
Yeah.
If you think Micah Parsons is overrated because the Cowboys have never won or hardly won any playoff games with him, has he won any playoff games? They don't win many.
Micah, they got to the division round in 22.
Yeah, so I think he was there for a win maybe. I think
they won a playoff
Dak's
game.
only won, I think, 2 since he's been there, so it can't be many. If that's your argument and you think, well, he's an edge rusher and he's not a factor in the run game, and that doesn't lend itself to postseason football, and they've never won. I mean, I get that argument more than he's not worth the contract. Like, that's silly.
Yeah, and like every year the contracts just go up and up and up. The league makes more money. The salary cap goes up. So what was a huge contract in a couple of years doesn't even seem to be that huge. But if a cheap organization like the Bengals can sign Burrow, Higgins, Chase, and Hendrickson, then the Patriots can sign Gonzo in 2 years, Drake May in 3 years, and Parsons right now.
Right. Play out that same logic with Christian Gonzalez for a minute. And Gonzalez is really good. He's nowhere near Micah Parsons.
Also, is he near playing?
Okay, good question. But like Christian Gonzalez isn't even in the stratosphere of Micah Parsons. Really good player.
Yeah.
Top, certainly 5 corner in the NFL, according to me.
Mm-hmm.
And even when we went through those Jeremy Fowler rankings, should they not pay Christian Gonzalez?
They should pay him, yeah. And you can't just be like, you only pay guys that have won Super Bowls.
He's been on a 4-win team 2 years in a row. Right. So, Parsons factors way more into winning than Christian Gonzalez if you just go off how successful the Cowboys. Should the Patriots not pay Christian Gonzalez? It's stupid.
I think that they should.
Of course they should.
Yeah, right.
So, I don't really get that.
Otherwise, you just have a bunch of value players. Like, I don't know how that's going to go.
Me neither. No. I'm with you. I think the contract was the bigger reason they were nowhere near Micah Parsons. He wanted a new deal. So, I don't think the Patriots were going to give up 2 first-rounders. It's easier for a team like Green Bay, a true Super Bowl contender. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I saw Cam. I saw Cam Newton. I first take. I just saw the video. He's like, they're nowhere near the Eagles, even with Micah Parsons. So I would consider them now a Super Bowl contender.
So I'm kind of shooketh from Jordan Love because I thought Jordan Love was really good a year ago.
Me too.
And then he played it out, and you're like, well,
I don't love Love.
I don't love Love. I love Love. I don't love
Jordan Love. Yeah, sure.
I love Bryce Love. The running back from Stanford.
Yeah.
Is that what he was? Yeah.
Doak Walker winner.
Kevin Love.
Heisman finalist. I think Kevin Love, great. Oh, what an outlet pass that guy could throw.
Mount Rushmore of Loves.
Mike Love.
Reggie Love.
Mike Love.
Mike Love?
Yeah, it was in the Beach Boys, correct? I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Love's uncle? Yeah.
Also from the same family, really.
Yeah. Well, they're different human beings.
Same family.
Yeah.
Same family. Yeah.
They count.
Related. No, but the Packers should be towards top because I think the Vikings and the Lions aren't going to be as good as they were last year.
My only point about Green Bay, when I say they're a Super Bowl contender, it's easier for a team that's going to be drafting 25, 28 to give up multiple first-round picks than the Patriots, who should be better.
Yeah, but Jerry Jones might turn that into 5 great players.
He might.
Yeah.
I don't think the first rounders were the real impediment. The real impediment is you had to pay him like a quarterback. Robert Kraft isn't doing that.
So it feels like.
So the reason that you see no linkage, Patriots talking to the Cowboys, we've talked about it. We've speculated about it. We knew he was available. We knew you could go get him if you wanted to. The reason that they weren't really truly in, and you read nothing concrete about the Patriots calling, asking, inquiring about Micah Parsons, owner wasn't going to pay him. That's my belief. Jerry Jones didn't want to pay him. Kraft wasn't going to pay him.
Yeah, I think it's more that. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Vrabel and Cowden are like, 2 first-round picks. And if Vrabel doesn't think this team is great, are you going to be kicking yourself the next couple of years where you're like, there goes the 10th pick in the draft. That was ours. But then again, if Mike Vrabel can add Micah Parsons to his defense, I'm thinking he would want to do that.
617-779-7937. Here we go. More people who don't want Micah Parsons.
Davis Love the third.
Oh,
good one.
Great one.
Toss him on.
Keith in the truck. You don't want Micah Parsons? Hi.
Hello?
So, are you there?
Yeah.
So I look at, in my opinion, the best 3 guys in the league are Watt and Parsons and
Myles Garrett. Yep.
And none of those guys have won anything. They haven't won anything. They haven't brought their team to the playoffs. Maybe they have, but they haven't won much. And even guys like Aaron Donald and J.J. Watt, the Patriots used to scheme them out of a game constantly. Now, if this was Jamar Chase or CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson, all day long, I might give them 3 first-round picks. But for a guy who has not won very much,
you wouldn't take a defensive player because you just named a bunch of offensive players that also haven't won anything.
No. Well, okay, it's true. But for the Patriots, it's really hard for a defense to scheme out Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase. It's really hard. You don't ever really see those guys
Patriots did that
schemed out of a
Hopkins
game
all the time.
Yeah, so
Patriots used to do that. But
his logic is collapsing a little bit on itself because a lot of those top wide receivers haven't won squad
either.
But
don't do the winning. Don't put it down to winning. So Myles Garrett gets drafted first overall by the Cleveland Browns. You expected him to win a Super Bowl there with the Browns? Like, that's a tough go. And he did make the playoffs. But
it's not a bad point.
No, but just say you don't want to pay defensive players. Well, that's basically what he's saying.
No, but it's fair to say none of those guys have won. Like, that's completely fair. And I would say the same thing as you pointed out about Lamb and Chase. Chase at least been to a Super Bowl.
So do you want Josh Allen or not?
Right. Do you want none of those
Lamar?
guys? Now a separate question. All right, those guys have not won. True. So you don't want a good defensive player or a top flight wide receiver just because they haven't won? Like, that's stupid.
Well, Patriots did pay Milton Williams. He won.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you'd rather have Milton Williams than and we love him, friend of the show. But yeah, that all kind of falls on itself. So did the Steelers, Browns, and Cowboys have gotten as close as they've possibly have gotten thanks to those guys. It's some of the other stuff around it. I mean, look at who Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and then when Dak Prescott went down, Micah Parsons' quarterbacks were over that time. So nobody's saying that a great edge rusher is more important than a quarterback.
No.
And I would even argue I'm with the caller on the wideout thing. I'd rather have the wideout. I try to make that clear. If CeeDee Lamb was available, I'm in, but he wasn't. They already signed CeeDee Lamb. They hadn't signed Micah Parsons yet. So I'd still take him and then figure it out from there.
I'm with you. I'd rather have the receiver. I'd rather have an offensive lineman. Those are bigger needs on this team. But Parsons is worth it to me.
Some more Loves flying in.
I do see more of these. Lovey Smith
counts.
You put him on there?
Yeah. Dude Love, which is one of the...
Yeah, what's that?
It was Mankind, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Dude Love. He had a lot of characters that he played.
Got it.
Yeah.
I was unaware of that.
All 4 in the Rumble, same year?
All 3.
All 3. Oh,
yeah, it wasn't Mick. It was just Cactus Jack, Mankind,
we got
and
quite
Dude
a
Love.
few of that. I wasn't
Questlove.
aware of what that was. Questlove is a great one.
Good one.
I think we covered it.
We got the Love.
You said Davis Love.
Yeah, Davis Love the third. Strong.
Covered that?
I like that one.
Yeah. Yep. So why were the Patriots not in on Micah Parsons? Should they? I'm actually surprised at the amount of pushback we're getting on this, which makes me wonder in a weird way, Keith, if
we're so right.
Well, no, just is the like pro Patriot. It's not in Bill we trust because Bill is long gone. Is that fan making a little bit of a comeback? Like they're all like very pro Mike Vrabel. Like is that? Are we getting an element of that? Because
maybe.
I feel like if this were the Gerard Mayo Patriots a year ago, fans would have felt a little. I'm surprised at how much we're hearing calls, texts, Twitch. No, Micah Parsons not worth it.
But it's not just a Patriots thing. I think it's a pushback, oddly enough, against athletes making a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
and they're ignoring the fact that the owners then just pocket more money, because we've heard this even with the Red Sox, like, oh, you'd want that guy for that much money? That's crazy. And you're like,
yeah.
why not take him?
I would take him.
So it's not just a Pats thing. I think it's a money thing.
Interesting.
Because the numbers are getting so silly, like they really are.
I wonder if the baby Patriot fan is making a comeback, but maybe it's just selfish athlete fan. Maybe it's just that.
Yeah, but ignoring the fact that the owners are making way more than the players are.
Correct.